stocks and markets.
So last week, the Australian Bureau of Statistics, the ABS, released Australia's inflation figures.
Yes.
And at a headline number, Ren.
Great news.
Great news.
So the inflation target in Australia is between 2 and 3%. We've been in the high threes. The 12 months to July, we're at 3.5%. Well, good news, because the August number for the past 12 months, 2.7%.
2.7% last 12 months. That is, as you said, down from 3.5%. So the question then is, why is the RBA holding rates? What are they doing? Sitting there, doing nothing. I think the important thing here is to actually look under the hood at what is driving this this inflation number. And whilst the headline is good, it's questionable whether it's a sustainable figure, because a lot of it is driven by government subsidies.
Yeah, one, like cost of living relief, subsidies.
Yeah.
The classic one is the $75 energy rebate, or like however much that energy rebate was that we got in the last budget. But then state governments also have their own cost of living measures. I wonder even if like the Queensland 50-cent public transport trial affects this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that state and federal governments are doing to reduce the cost of living, and the RBA has said that's great, but if it's not like a long-term sustainable policy, then is inflation really
take
under
that
control?
away, and where are we actually at?
Yeah. And so Michelle Bullock has basically said, look,
I've closed
well
my
done.
eyes on this.
but it's not going to mean a rate cut anytime soon.
Yeah,
So,
I think she explicitly said she's ignoring this figure.
Yeah.
because
So
of that.
I think like let's celebrate the good news. Let's hope the trend continues, but let's not expect anything on the back of it anytime soon.
No.
And now I want to see these meta
Yes,
glasses that you're talking
yeah.
about.
So before we jumped into the recording studio, I saw overnight that Meta have released what they call the most advanced glasses the world has ever seen.
Okay.
Now you remember, so we know that so we know that Apple have released their Vision Pros,
yep.
which, despite being big fat goggles, everyone is marveling over how amazing it is once you put them on.
Yeah.
Facebook tried many moons ago with Ray-Bans. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Where they tried to do and that fell apart.
Like that. Facebook have had some success with headsets.
With headsets. What's it called?
The Quest.
Quest. Yeah.
But they've been doing stuff with Ray-Bans. Anyway.
But may I introduce to you what they call Orion?
Oh, they've introduced a new one.
Click the link and have a look at what they have. So while Ren clicks the link, they have released augmented reality glasses. So these are the world's best glasses. Just to paint a picture here, imagine Ray-Bans, but these frames, big, thick, black frames, thicker than a finger. These things are massive, and Mark Zuckerberg is standing there presenting these. Now, what you see on the inside, you have to look at the video. It displays very similar, I guess, to what Apple are trying, like multiple screens, and it overlays graphics and bits and pieces onto the real world.
So it's augmented reality.
Augmented reality, yes. But from the videos that I've seen, it's sticky, it's glitchy, and you have to wear a wristband so that so it can recognize what hand movements you're doing. So you can control what you're looking at with your hand, if that makes sense. So
honestly, the more I look at it, the more.
I think they've missed the mark. I understand what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to get ahead of Apple here, obviously, with cutting to the chase of not having a massive headset and just being like, you could wear these in everyday life. But I think what you'll find is Apple 5-6 years down the track are just going to have the most elegant glasses that will supersede the Orion by far.
Maybe.
It's just another fascinating.
And I'm just reading this article now. So to be clear, these glasses are not going to be for sale. They're prototypes that are going to be used at Meta.
Yeah.
But in theory, the idea is that they have a camera, a speaker, and a microphone.
Yeah.
And Meta AI will get the same inputs that we as humans get.
Yeah.
Like it'll be able to see, it'll be able to hear, it'll be able to talk.
Yeah.
and that's the long-term vision that he has. Essentially.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I think the vision's right, but what he's just released, I just think like if you're going to release something, make it look good. And for me, this doesn't really sell it.
Okay, all right. Based on design today, would you rather wear the Apple headset or the Meta glasses?
Seeing how the Meta glasses operate, I would much rather go the Apple headset full stop. Like I think that just the experience there for me is something I would much rather experience than what Meta have got here.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
it makes me think.
But I can't wait for the future. Let's put it that way. I want glasses that are as seamless as what I'm wearing right now, where boom in front of me, I'm interacting with a digital world on top of my real world. I reckon that would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's happening. It just feels like Google Glass was...
I know.
So it was like 2013.
Yeah.
So it was like 11 years ago now.
Yeah.
And if you look up the Google Glass design...
It was all right from memory.
It was better than the
Yes,
Meta one,
yeah,
probably.
yeah,
And that was
yeah.
11 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
think about how much technology has improved in that time.
Yeah.
And it had a camera...
Oh, now I'm looking at it. It was pretty freaky.
Yeah. It was a lot more minimalist.
Yeah, very minimal. With
Yeah.
a camera on one eye.
It was a bit more sci-fi.
Yeah, very sci-fi. Yeah.
But look, it's it's funny to laugh at, but like we all, I think, see where it's going and are excited by the possibility. So it's kind of like, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm all for this.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I just compare how Apple release products versus Meta sometimes, and I feel sometimes Meta just like fumble onto the stage with a product and then work backwards, if that makes sense. I don't feel like they have the elegance of Apple sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, watch this
yes,
space.
watch this space.
Yeah.
Equity line.
I will say this about investing. Everything you do learn is cumulative. What I learned at 20 is useful.